Alright, hello all. Welcome back to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video here. So we are starting out here with the Dokkan Ultimate Player Choice Battle. This is going away, I mean, there's still several days left, but I haven't gotten around to this yet. And we, of course, because Global and JP voted for different things, right? This was the Twitter survey at the very, very start of the celebration, which I don't know why they waited the entire celebration to drop it, literally the very last, drop, but, whatever. But there's two different stages here, right? Now, that being said, and usually I don't like to check the info here, but, I mean, we literally already know what the fight is doing, right? So the only difference here, both versions, majority, voted for multiple supers, as well as the 6 character specific category mission, right? The only difference was that the Japanese version, Dokkan account, however you want to phrase it, on there, the community voted for the 7-phase battle in majority. Now, that being said, I think my votes were actually... I know I voted for the 7-phase battle. I also voted for the mission that would allow for several different options instead of just the single mission, right? Because there's going to... From the way they made it sound, there was going to be one for, type mission, and then one for a category mission, and, that sounded more fun to have more missions, but... For some reason, people wanted, specific categories, even though we get specific categories all the time. I want type missions again, man. It's been... I mean, we get them with the seriously serious stages, right? But besides that, type missions are a thing in the past in modern Dokkan, besides, bringing one of every type that we get every so often. So I certainly would have preferred if, we had a type mission. But then I believe I voted for the multiple super attacks, so... I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens here. Now, we're going to start out with the international version, of course. And I will, just from the get-go here, go for the mission. Now, I suppose, they each have their own mission. The international version, obviously, you saw the team there. It's Realm of Gods. And then the Japanese version is Battle of Fate. Now, we'll see if I go for the Battle of Fate clear initially, depending on how difficult or not this is. Because the thing is, at least the one that dropped during GDC, which was the same sort of event type where we voted for it, I mean, it was very, very easy. It was just a way to get stones, essentially. Right, so I'm kind of expecting more of the same here, where it's just a very, very easy clear. But we get stones, and, stones are nice and all, of course. I'm not going to complain about stones, but I don't know. I mean, we'll have to see. So, I mean, let's jump in here. We'll see how difficult or not it is. But with our team here, I mean, I don't think it's going to be that difficult personally. Okay, well, we're not doing that. Provided we have int UI and the tech gods and the physical UIs on the proper rotations, we'll actually jump in, right? Because this could be a really good way to take advantage of the stacking of the tech gods as well as int UI Goku. Because of the fact that I do expect this to be an easier fight, that is 5 phases, right? It should allow us to see a lot from these guys, which I'm actually really excited to do. So we'll have to see. And we can work with this. This is perfect. And we're starting out with base Goku, by the way.
It's about time I got a chance to fight! It's pretty obvious you're not going to defeat him by yourself.
Okay, so... he's literally not doing anything. Okay, man. He can even be reduced. See, this is the thing. I mean, I guess we'll see, as we progress through this, but I'm even going to put the tech gods in slot 1. Because that way I can actually get as much stacks from them as possible. Because I kind of sincerely doubt that this guy is going to have really any defense whatsoever. Let's see. Yeah, man, that's a 12 mil. It did nearly half the health bar. I definitely could have safely put them in slot 1 then, or rather in slot 2. But this way, you know, I can't even do this with int UI Goku. We can just keep putting physical UI Goku in slot 2, and we can get as many stacks as possible. Because once again, this could be a really good way to actually like test out these big stacking characters for Realm of Gods, when, you know, in a lot of the content we have currently, you know, it's really short, right? I feel like consistently, the longest fight that there is, and even then, this can be a shorter fight, is the Gammas, right? For the most part, a lot of the content we have right now, you're finishing 5 turns, maybe 6, 7, sometimes like 8, but, you know, for the most part, you're not really going past that, right? So, you know, an event here where potentially we can actually take advantage of stacking characters, right? Which, by the way, the Battle of Fate mission, like, you know, it really does suck that for whatever reason, like, I don't know, they like to count, like, the very end fights of sagas, but still, I feel like they should count, a bit more should count for it, honestly, right? Because we have something like, you know, physical UI Goku he's not on Battle of Fate, right? When honestly, I feel like every single card that is on Universe Survival Saga should be on Battle of Fate, because I mean, it's literally in the name, Universe Survival Saga. The entire saga, the entire tournament is about fighting to win, you know, the prize of your universe surviving. It really is a Battle of Fate the entire time. So I don't get why, for whatever reason, they're like, yeah, nah, no, it's not. It's never made sense to me. Okay, well, this guy has some effects here, and we did actually manage to kill that phase immediately there, but we're gonna keep UI Goku in slot 1. Same sort of idea here. Try and get as many stacks as possible. I mean, I don't know if this is going to be effective the entire way through. And if, for example, the tech gods are going to get attacked, we have to guarantee dodge. If the tech gods are going to get attacked in slot 1, I'd probably put physical UI in slot 1 just to play it safe, of course. But, once again, I expect this to be extremely easy, honestly. Right? But I don't know, I mean, we'll have to see. Maybe there's something up the sleeve here, but I really do not see it. Wait, I don't know. Battle of Fate, it's just, I feel like there should be a lot more considerations for that category. Because when you know, it's a 7-phase battle, I'd really like to try, once again, maybe I'll still do like a different team comp, depending on how this goes. Right, because all I know about these fights here is, you know what, they literally, the conditions we voted upon, right? With the multiple supers, I'm expecting multiple supers at some point, right? And probably the final boss, and the fact that it's 5 phases, right? I don't know anything else, like, are there going to be AoEs in here? I would presume not, because that was one of the things we could vote for, and multiple supers won, so I'm going to presume no. But, like, I don't know the passives. Okay, so multiple supers here. Are there going to be multiple supers throughout the entirety of the fight, maybe? It might be what's going on here. I don't know. And honestly, Super Easy A Vegeta could even kill here, provided he actually crits or gets the hidden potential, which he crit and he killed in that attack. So, once again, very, very easy turn there. Okay, so this guy, he actually has damage reduction. And we're starting to get to some real passives here, see? So he gets additional damage reduction when he has less than 50% HP. And he gets stat increases with attacks received up to 59%. So that would be a total of 9 hits for the full build-up. Right, because 8 hits would be 56%, so 9 hits for his full build-up. I mean, we're going to do that this turn. Very, very easily. But what we'll do is... How many dodges? 2, so he can still build up an additional 4 ki. So we can do this, and then get these orbs with the Tech Gods. Then we get the physical key spheres here with the STR blues at the end. And this way, it should be pretty safe. Okay, so we did dodge. So that is really good. Is every phase double supering, or I don't know. That's certainly going to be interesting here. But yeah, what I was going to say. So the fact that at least the Japanese version is oh dude, okay, yeah, nearly a health bar on that. See, and this phase is easy too. But that's going to be a 7-phase battle. So initially I was like, you know what? Vegito could be really fun, right? Trying out Vegito. I mean, I did use him pretty effectively in the baby fight when that initially came out for my initial clear on it, right? The artificial life form baby fight. But I haven't really used him since that fight initially came out. But being a 7-phase battle, you'd think, okay, well, we'd actually have an opportunity to use him. But, and maybe, once again, I could for the initial clear, provided if this actually is difficult, then, I will, it'll be its own separate thing. But, if this is just, like, really easy, which it seems to be so far, then there's kind of no point in, like, keeping the mission as its own separate thing, is the way I sort of think about it. Like, if I actually feel like it's going to be a tough battle, I'll leave it separately, right? But at least for, I don't know, I don't really expect this to be all that difficult. Once again, the one in GDC was extremely easy. So, I mean, the only sort of, however you want to phrase it, like, prior evidence, I guess, of this sort of stage type was one that was really easy. So I don't know why I should, because the thing is, as well, being a long fight, which we can see with the Scouter, there is only one super. The fact that this is a long fight, like even easy long fights, it is sort of, somewhat a waste of a time, right? I mean, 5 phases, I guarantee, no matter how easy this is, at bare minimum, this is going to be like a 20-25 minute run, right? So I don't know, I just don't like to have to run them back over and over if it's just a very easy but just very long. But we'll see. I don't know. Battle of Fate could be somewhat interesting though, because like the Tech Gods, for example, they're a big stacker. They're not on Battle of Fate. The Super Saiyan 4s are though, right? And I think even maybe I could take advantage of like Super Saiyan 4 Goku, which I haven't used in a while, although mine's only 55%. Okay, what are you doing? So you can evade. He gets attacked down with each attack received within the turn specifically. And then he gets less damage reduction with each turn pass. So I made him with the damage reduction lowering. They made him somewhat similar to the STR UI that this card art is from, right, where he gets weaker defensively as time goes on. I mean, it's cool sort of reference and all, but I mean, is he actually doing it? Will be the big question here. Now, by the way, the Tech Gods, so even we have 2 turns of stacking with them, right? And we've gotten all 8 stacks. They're at 2.5 mil. And that's without, the stacks from this turn. That's without considering the 60% phase 2, which they don't have any phase 2. So that 60%, it's a true 60% up, right? So they're going to be, especially, they have the guard. They're going to be very impressive when you actually have the opportunity to really stack them up. Which is why I wanted to test them in something like this, right? Because, I mean, we even have, 7 out of 7 links for them. So super easy Vegeta's here. Now, to be fair, he is also giving 70% phase 1 support. Right, that is definitely going to play into this. But, even in base here, honestly, they're probably going to be hitting some pretty crazy stats, right? Or at least, rather, maybe crazy stats for them, I suppose. Like, I mean, they do a lot of attacks, but their way of doing damage was, that's a 44.5, see? I mean, for them, that's extremely crazy, right? I mean, just literally their third appearance. Like, that is crazy. That's nuts. Or that 60% phase 2 for physical UI, it just does so much for them, right? Which it is really huge. Now, that being said, so it doesn't actually appear here. I don't believe we're going to kill UI Goku here. Well, actually, hold on. We may still this turn. It's possible. But what we'll have to do is super easy A Vegeta would have to like triple crit super, essentially. Which, I mean, whether or not he is, kind of doubt, but... Oh, hold on. He got one. I mean, he may. It's just the fact that, you know, there's a lot of RNG that goes into it, but, no, yeah, I mean, even the two, he got the crit on both. Alright, well, we're on the final phase, I guess. And it's MUI Goku. Oh, yeah, see, there's the double super. The fuck? Yo, that... Wait. Wait a minute, man. What? That's a permanent 35% attack and defense buff every super. And he has multiple supers every turn. I know that already. So he's gonna get a bare minimum of 70%. What the hell? I don't know how strong he starts out. Like, I don't know, like, do I really actually need to be scared, or is it just, like, it seems scary, but he doesn't actually have, like, the stats to back it up? Well, we'll just keep physical UI in slot 1 here, and we'll sort of test if I fail a dodge. Oh, well, okay. Yeah, see. I did 276. And that was a normal. Before he supered. Which, I guess 276 isn't, like, that much damage, all things considered. But we do have the 60% damage reduction. Or at least, rather, we did have the 60% damage reduction for that hit. And, okay. Yeah, see, that did practically no damage as well. So, if he gets really built up here, he's going to be quite a threat. Now the thing is, we do lose the Scouter that MUI Goku has after this turn. Well, fuck. Okay, but we did disable the guard, right? MUI Goku is actually going to be pretty crazy with that, because it's going to help everyone else do more damage. Okay. And then, yeah, we're going to get a health bar down here, but not too much more than that, right? Because, I mean, Goku at the end, I mean, he'll do a little bit, but not too much. Yeah, see, that's a 25.4. Provided he dodges, we'll obviously get to the next turn now. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this could potentially get scary pretty quickly. But I feel like it would still take several turns. Right? Although, to be fair, I don't know what the super is hitting for already. Does he have the exact same attack structure every turn? Seriously? That seems kind of odd. Okay. I'm trying to consider what the best course of action would be. I think we do this. Right, because, I mean, the god's here. they're not in danger. Alright, so I mean, I could safely get another turn of stacking on them. And then next turn, we can, that's when I'll transform them. Right, I feel like that'll be the best way to go about things, because... Oh, I mean, I don't know. I would like to take advantage of... their, you know, big ability, but at the same time, you know, if you use that ability, then... Unless I'm under 50% HP, right, then... we won't be able to get their guaranteed additional crit that they have. So I'm not certain exactly what I should do here. Now, we do still have both of the Vegeta actives. Still, so... And I haven't used him at all. So he could slot 1 essentially anytime. 36.6. So this is... We don't have Vegeta linked with them. We don't have a 70% phase buff support. And we even got less orbs. Right? So, I mean, their stats can certainly change quite a bit, but still, they're going to be very strong. Right? Because the, you know, SDR Tech Blues are going to be over here for turn 9. Right? And they have, you know, their sort of links with that character. And then once again, using the transformation that turn and everything, we should be able to get quite a bit of damage from it. And I'm really curious to see, honestly. I mean, we could probably kill. Not like next turn or maybe not even this turn again. Maybe not turn 9, but I think by turn 10 we'll honestly be able to kill. So what I'll do here is I'm gonna hold on to the active on MUI Goku or Vegeta, or however you want to phrase it, right? So we hold on to his active, and then that way, oh, all the attacks are here. And MUI here is up to 3.1. What we can do here is I should probably, honestly, I believe, and the int key spheres can get changed from the God's orb changing, the Rainbow orb changing. That's guaranteed, and then it's just a random for their other, whatever else they change. So, and we're still getting the dodges. Oh, fuck. Well, and I spoke too soon. Damn it. What does this do, though? 809, but, you know, we have the KO. Oh, that's huge! Wait, we got the EX Super, so we're guaranteed to dodge. And we're perfectly fine, just like that. Right, because no one else can even get hit here. That is so huge. Oh my god. Well, that could have been bad fast, but, we're still in it. Thank God here. Okay, so... Now, in MUI, we've gotten several turns of stacks with him. But, I don't know. How much damage is he really going to be capable of dealing? 64. Yeah, I mean, when I transform the Tech Gods, because they do get phase 2 attack when they're transformed, it's going to be a pretty massive difference. And then honestly, what I'll do is I'll use the Vegeta active, and I'll also make sure to use like the Goku active. We'll use all the actives next turn. Well, should I use the Tech Gods? Once again, like, I could lose... Honestly, from using the actives at this point, because we already have 4 health bars down, I'm going to lose their guaranteed ability anyway. Unfortunately. Unless... What is the actual... What is the actual, like, wording here? Let me, I'm curious. See, it's when attacking. So, I can still get it, provided that they're attacking Like, because I'm at 1 HP right now. So, provided they're actually attacking before the enemy gets under the HP threshold, I think we should be able to have access with both. So let's transform them.
Let's do this, Vegeta! Damn you! This is a power greater than that of a Super Saiyan God! I'm going to have fun destroying you!
And then we have 3.2 mil start a turn. Although, when we get the key spheres and also the 60% phase 2 from physical UI, I'm telling you, they're going to do a ton of damage here. Let's use the active.
Now it's my turn!
Okay, nearly a whole health bar there. And then, what we can do is we'll use Vegeta, right? So then we go over to this Vegeta too. That way we have royal lineage. And then we'll put Vegeta back in slot 1. I do need to heal here is the issue, so we'll get all these STR key spheres. And I do want to use Goku's active, so that'll do more damage. So let's... Alright, the Vegito active, whatever, let's do it. And we're down to 4 health bars before the turn's even properly started. And the Tech Gods... Ah, shit. No way, man. Because one of their supers is 7. That sucks. That really sucks. I have to heal, though. It's necessary. See, and we nearly full heal from that, too. That really sucks, but... Because, I mean, that damage could be really helpful here, but... It's necessary. 93.7. Yeah, I mean, that Vegeta active buff for UI, it does quite a bit, of course. And then the 60% phase 2. You know, the Tech Gods, they're going to be hitting some pretty crazy numbers here. It really sucks that I couldn't get them the 7 key spheres. That is so unfortunate, but, you know, once again, we had to play it safe. We had to heal. It is what it is. But still, I mean, they're going to do crazy amounts of damage here. Yeah, man. 71.6 on the Tech Gods. And, you know, we don't have, like, a Super Gogeta or anything. It's just... I mean, the 60% phase 2 is a massive buff, but... Like, this is just them and their stats with physical UI Goku. Right? They don't have, like, you know, multi-turn phase 1 support or, you know, some sort of domain or active, nothing. It's just... The phase 2 from UI, like, this is just like a normal rotation. Like, they're crazy. Although, once again, you know, we couldn't... Unfortunately... Right, I could not... Well, they're perfectly fine here, but that's actually really annoying. I mean, they have the damage reduction guard turn. Yeah, see, like, they didn't dodge the initial attack, but it's fine, it's whatever. At least both the supers were on them, so I don't even... I mean, I don't think I'd have to worry about a normal or 2 normals killing the Tackle Goku here. I could be wrong, because once again, I don't even know what, you know, the initial stats for UI Goku here are. And the fact that he's, you know, gotten as many supers as he has at this point, it could be pretty rough. But what we'll do here, start out with AGLM UI.
I ain't no hero of justice or anything else like that. Anyone who tries to hurt my friends, it's gonna pay!
And then let's use Vegeta, because the thing is, he's also stacking defense, so the further in I'm getting, you know, it's also becoming harder to do damage to him. And then honestly, we could just finish with Vegeta in slot 1. And that'll be GG. Right? Because I don't really get to use Vegeta as often as I would like to. So, you know, I would actually like to take advantage of his, you know, his big buff turn, right? So that's what we're gonna do. And I mean, I imagine he should kill here. And even if he doesn't, right? I mean, he does have the massive damage reduction. Now I do suppose, I don't know, maybe the first hit could catch him, honestly, because, you know, there's no, like, attacks before, right? So he's not going to get any, he's not going to have any build-up, right? It's just going to be the 77% damage reduction guard with the stats he has from, like, Super. Oh, well, that even killed. Yep, huge. And then, like, I really like how the KO sort of, like, fades, and it's, like, it's still animated like this. These animations, like, it really does suck that I don't get to use him as often as I probably would like to, because I mean, the UI Goku portion is just, like, so superior, right? But yeah, there we go. I mean, that's GG. And it could have gotten pretty tough. And I honestly, once again, I don't really, because that is the thing with this team. I mean, we had pretty good luck here. We didn't need to restart, but at any point, I could have had really, really bad luck with the dodges. Right, and once again, I don't know the stats here, so I'm not really sure, like, how deadly that got, because, you know, the only character that really, like, straight up tanked late into the fight was the Tech Gods, but they're fucking ridiculous when they get all their sort of stuff going, so, on that initial turn. But I don't know, I mean, that was pretty easy, but see, this is what I'm saying, like, even though it was pretty easy, it was extremely long, right, and that's a 30-minute clear there. Right, so that is the thing with these. It's like, that's why I like to do the missions initially when I think it's going to be pretty easy. Now, the thing is, the question to be asked is, so the Japanese version is its own stage, right? But, and I don't actually know this, right? I will say, I mean, I saw some people complain about the Battle of Fate mission, but I didn't, it sounded more like a thing where it's like, I didn't even see specifics, but what I saw was people complaining about time wasted, right? And the 5-phase battle here, I mean, this was 28 minutes, like an additional 2 phases. Now, to be fair, I don't actually know, so, like, is the international version just, like, a sort of prelude of, what to expect from the Japanese version? So, like, are all of the phases going to be the exact same? Except, you know, the final 2 phases obviously will be brand new, or, like, how is it going to work? I don't actually know that. But I could definitely, for, like, Battle of Fate, you know, when we don't have, like, a full dodge team, like, if we don't clear MUI Goku very, very quickly, I could see it getting pretty difficult, honestly. If it does want us to, go, like, if it is, like, the exact same structured fight, but I don't know if it is. So I think what I'll probably do, I'll probably initially try Battle of Fate for this one, and then, you know, if it's not going well, we could leave it for a separate one. But yeah, I mean, we got the international version clear here, Realm of Gods mission, pretty easy overall. Maybe I just got, like, really lucky, though. I mean, that is the thing with Realm of Gods, once again, like, you can have a really good run like this where you don't have to restart, but then you can also have runs where you have to restart over and over and over and over and over and over, and it's, you know, gets really fucking frustrating, right? So I have no idea. We'll have to see. But either way, I'm gonna end things here. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Take care.